All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 773. I'm your host, Chief ED, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who can't wait to hear me talk about the RoboCop demo for 30 minutes, Wombat.
I will start yawning now.
What do you mean? It's RoboCop. Everybody loves RoboCop. It's excitement.
Yes, I mean, RoboCop is the best.
I have not gotten more messages about this. I don't know what, that's not really in a sentence, but I got a lot of messages about this RoboCop demo and just wrote the RoboCop game in general. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to talking about it later. That's all I got.
Can't wait.
I know. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That was literally my intro for you.
Nice.
Wombat, dead or alive, you're coming with me to listen to this demo.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Dead or alive, extreme beach volleyball.
Funny. So what else is going on?
Yeah, I want to hear about Ship's house problems. Makes me feel better about my own house problems.
My house is a problem, so.
Yeah, so I came home.
You got tired just thinking about it. That's how you know it's bad.
It's not super terrible.
Like, because there's no duty involved, right?
No duty.
Okay.
It's in the room where the cats go duty, where they're supposed to, in the litter box, in the smart litter box area
that they don't use.
Every once in a while they use it, and I get a notification on my phone. I said that's totally worth it.
That shit was $60 right there.
Right.
To get notified about that shit.
At least my Wi-Fi is working. So I go in, and that's like where we feed them and stuff too, right? You get all the cat bowls. There's separation between the litter and where they eat, but
it's 1 foot by 2 feet.
Yeah. So I'm in there feeding them, and I look over and I see like a little like puddle on the floor, and I'm like, oh, come on, guys! Like the boxes are literally like right there. What are you doing? And like, so I like put my hand down on it just to make sure it was wet and see if it was sticky. Because
you mean you tasted it?
I tasted, like I got some on my hand, and I like held it up to my nose. Right? They're like,
sure.
What is this substance?
We've all been
like,
there.
What is this? And it's like, oh no, this is not pee. That's great. And then I quickly went like, oh no, what is this?
Pee is better. Pee is better. Pee is better.
So then I like look, and like this is our storage area. So we've got like wooden shelves in there, like plywood shelves, right? That just is like we're storing like our Christmas decorations and tubs of stuff in there. And like I look, and like I see like my Rock Band drums, and there's like a puddle underneath the Rock Band drums. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there. And
they don't leak.
Right. They don't leak. And then I look up like the shelf above it, and I see like drips coming down from that shelf. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then on that shelf, of course, is where we've just like stacked a bunch of books. Right.
Okay.
We stacked a bunch of books there. And it's also where we have a bunch of like unbuilt Lego sets. And I look at them, and it's just like I touch like a Voltron Lego box.
Uh-oh.
And it just like crumbles in my hand.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so like I pull all that out. I'm like getting towels and everything. And there's nothing like gushing anywhere. It's just we've got this tubing from our water main, and we knew it was a potential problem because there's all kinds of stuff online. It's this Blue Max tubing.
Isn't that like an erectile dysfunction drug?
Well, I didn't know that when it was installed, but so it's coming in, and it's just slowly dripping at the first like 90-degree joint where it goes from like copper tubing into this Blue Max tubing. And so I'm like, all right, like let me call a plumber. The first plumber goes like, I'm not touching that. Like I'm not supposed to touch anything Blue Max. I got to call like the master plumber to come out.
What is what is Blue Max? It's like a certain type of tube.
It's like a PVC type of tubing, a specific type of this PVC type tubing.
Right.
Now I'm looking it up.
Yeah. And so a few days pass, the master plumber comes out. He takes a look at it and goes like, let me go look out in the yard. and that's when you know it's good. Is when they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, let me go look in the yard." Like the leak's right here.
Right, yard.
And he comes back and he's like, "So we can't really repair that because like it's been compressed, and like there's not enough of it to like fix inside the house. There's only like, I don't know, 3 inches of it coming into the house."
The Blue
right?
Max tube?
The Blue Max tube. So where it's like joined up with the metal joint, like you can't fix it. There's no way to
Right.
fix it
It's gone.
unless you spend $13,000 for them to dig up your yard and put in a new
A whole new
pipe, a whole new copper.
No more Blue Max.
No more Blue Max or PEX, whatever it's called. I think it's Blue Max.
There is a Blue Max pipe lawsuit that you might be able to get it on.
That's the one. PEX is different. PEX is fine so far. That you can run PEX internal to your house, and it's flexible tubing that we've actually got that situation going on at our cabin, and that's similar to kind of like your fuse box where you can turn off specific.
Now, is this
areas
Blue
of your
Max
house.
there because your home is a more recent build? Is that
No, it's something that was, my home is mid 90s construction, and it's something that came about in the mid 90s, and then they went, oops,
Oh, this sucks. We shouldn't use this anymore.
yeah, we shouldn't use this anymore. Guess what? Copper is better than this. And so
this is why I'm glad my house is 1,000 years old. It may creak and is falling apart at the seams, but I got old tubes.
Yep,
So
100% pure lead.
yeah, we got the lead tubes. They're not going
Can't,
anywhere.
can't go wrong with lead.
It may be
Yeah.
laden with asbestos, but
So you do get two options when this happens, though. You get we're going to dig up like a 3-foot trench throughout your entire front yard.
Okay.
And that one you can get for like just under 10 grand if you go that option. And then there's the second one. The upsell is for the directional digging, which doesn't tear up as much of your front
They bring
yard.
in some more expensive. They rent a more expensive machine.
It'd probably have a little bit more skilled tradesmen do it or something.
Master.
that's
digger.
what they tell you.
Yeah, the master digger. The master digger comes in, and so I figured like by the time they dig up my whole yard, and then like I have to like
gonna
replace
cost you
the
the
like
same.
landscaping, it's going to cost me the same. And like my HOA guy lives right down the street, and so he's just going to be like giving us nasty grams if we don't like have our front yard like all back
Oh,
together.
you have an
immediately.
HOA? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have an HOA.
That
Plus, you want to
sucks.
see that cool machine.
No, it
come.
doesn't. It does not suck because
It
you know what
doesn't?
it does?
What?
Protects you from assholes.
Correct. And it protects you from having political signs in your neighborhood.
Mhm.
No signage whatsoever in your neighborhood. So you have no idea unless you go ask people.
Right.
Just like,
I don't
"Hey,
know.
are
I
you-
think
are you a jerk or not?"
I like to know who I'm dealing with.
Right. So there's no signs, there's no flags, none of that in my neighborhood, which is
No
fantastic.
Halloween decorations, or is
No
that
Halloween
okay?
decorations are fine. You just have to get them up, and like they can go up in like September and have to come down like 2 weeks after Halloween or a week after Halloween, something like that.
That's fair.
We don't want none of them Jew decorations, though.
Yeah. No Jewish stars.
Hanukkahs, none of that.
No,
Hanukkah,
No manoras.
none of that.
We allow those up for 12 days. After that, it's enough of that. No, I yes.
So are you gonna get the extended warranty on this new piping? Or
No,
is there?
there's no like
You
there's
get the
no
rust coating.
insurance. Like
Isn't
there's no
there an-
insurance on this stuff. There's
I
just,
thought there was some sort of form of insurance. I don't think I have it now, but as you say it, I'm like, I should look.
it's
into
not
that.
covered under like you would have to buy it.
It's separate. It's separate, insurance.
Yeah.
hmm
No,
But now I
think,
want to get it because you make me nervous. We had a flood in our basement last year that was from the washing machine that flooded half my basement, and that sucked. So I can't imagine. But we got lucky, knock on everything. That was like $500. So to fix.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Not do
Who's
it.
this episode brought to us by?
Pipes, hot pipes.
Nobody.
Big, thick, hot pipes.
Sadly,
But not
no
Blue
one.
Max or whatever that was
Mm.
called. Blue Max
Yeah.
sounds like an attack helicopter.
So
That's
yeah, it
Blue
does.
Thunder.
It's I wouldn't fly in it based upon this, but the nice thing is I think we found it pretty early because this could have been like
Disaster.
terrible. Like the whole house could have just like flooded, right? If this thing totally collapsed.
You could have come downstairs
So-
and have been up to your ankles.
Right. So it just cost us a couple like Lego
That's good.
boxes.
Yeah,
So-
you got off easy, I'd say.
Yeah. Doing all right. Only got off easy. Only 13
Shit.
grand.
I had a guy
I'd be
quote me.
I would still be crying. Anyway, you were saying?
I had a guy today quote me 15 grand for a retaining wall. That's my current retaining wall has
I
rotted
guess I
out.
could have gone that route and just put up a retaining wall to keep the water out.
No, I'm trying to keep the hill from falling and the water that comes with hills.
So I'm glad I've never been so happy that I live in the smallest house
Oh my god.
in a crowded little area where there's nothing around, where there's no hills and there's no.
I can spend
No
10
running
grand.
water.
I can spend
No-
10 grand on this house just like like swatting a fly. It's just I could easily think of 10 grand
Oh, I
worth
could-
of repairs that need to be done that should have been
My-
done.
My whole kitchen needs to be ripped out and replaced, but
Right. We're having this tour come through this weekend, this architectural tour as part of some architectural event. So I've been spending the last like week or so just like throwing a lot of shit out, cleaning up, and hiring people to fix a lot of shit. Because strangers are coming to our house and they're like giving a talk and stuff. So it's been very stressful, but it's going to be over this weekend. So I'm very excited, but I've already spent like over 10 grand just getting the house ready for this fixing thing. Not
I think that's typically what you spend for an architectural event.
right.
I think that's the going rate.
I'm hoping to get like a
I
free
have-
cutting board out of it or something, but
I mean,
I'm not
the
holding my
last
breath.
time we had an architectural event at the house, I'm trying to remember what we spent. It was so long
It was an
ago.
earthquake. Well,
Mhm.
they asked us if we would do it, and I figured, much like Orange Theory, I need like some prompting to get things done. So Orange Theory gets me because you schedule the classes. This is like scheduling, hey, you have to fix all the shit that's broken in the house by such and such a date, and that'll get me to do it. So that's why I agreed to do it, knowing that it's going to be very stressful and cost me money, but at least I knew I would get it done. So that's what's happening. I'm getting it done. And we're painting. And there's a lot of paint. But yeah. So I'll let you know how that goes next weekend. See if anybody stole anything. And finally, I have a good use for those 2 Ring cameras that I bought like during last Prime Day that I never took out of the box. You can set those up. Make sure nobody steals my Soundwave or other Transformers.
Mhm. That's fair.
Yeah. People got to be watched.
Hmm.
Nobody better shit in the house while they're here.
That was my threat to you that I was going to come for the event and take a dump in
Oh.
the middle of the tour.
Use the bathroom at least,
Yeah,
not in the middle of the tour.
in the middle. No.
Just anyway. Oh yeah.
Yep.
So what else is going on? Anything?
I got nothing.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, is there anything going on in my life that's exciting? Not really.
I have a
No.
quick story for a first in my life. In 50,
I do have one, but you go first. Mine's short and dumb.
mine is also short and dumb. But I was eating lunch at one of my favorite outdoor spots last weekend, and there were all these lantern flies everywhere. Just like that's
mhm.
been happening, as
What are-
you know.
Wait,
You gotta
are
kill 'em.
lantern flies? Are those lightning bugs? What are lantern
Oh.
flies?
There are these.
So
they're
they're called red lantern flies, and they are an invasive species that started in Pennsylvania, and they're making their way across the country. But what they do is they burrow under tree bark and kill trees.
They learned that
fairly
they actually don't
quickly.
kill the trees anymore. They say it's
Yeah,
not.
they-
They said it actually doesn't really hurt the trees that much, but there's so many of them. It's like
But
disgusting.
they breed. Yeah, they breed
It's
like
gross.
it's disgusting. And the government literally puts up signs and says, "If you see this bug, kill it immediately." And they're like this big.
They're big and juicy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they-
saw one of these when I was in Long Island. Emmeline had me take a picture of it because it was pretty.
Yeah. Yes.
One is
time you see
pretty.
one is pretty. 2 is what's going on here, and then you see their
50
videos.
is too many.
Yeah. when my daughter were, at the high school where my daughter plays tennis, for some reason on the tennis courts, it's just littered with the lantern flies. And they're like, well, in between serves will be like 1 second, and they stop and they stamp on the bug.
But they're hard to kill, actually. Like, they're pretty resilient, and they are gross also. Like, they make a mess if you do kill it. So
anyway, was that it?
So I was eating lunch, and there was all these lantern flies everywhere, and it was to the point where like they're like landing like next to your food, on you, and like Mrs. Chibi is like freaking out, like jumping up and screaming, like making a big fuss. I'm like, calm down, like it's embarrassing. So like literally they're everywhere, and I go to swat one away, and I don't realize, but there's a bee like on me, and as I swat away the lantern fly, I was like, ow, what the fuck? And I got stung by a bee, and I've never been stung by a bee before, even though
it hurts. It hurts a lot.
It does actually hurt. And more importantly, I had just read this newspaper article like the week before about this guy who got stung by bees and then died because he had a reaction. He had obviously a very bad reaction to being stung by bees. He died.
Yeah, it's called My Girl. It starred Macaulay Culkin.
Right. I've seen that movie. And so it got me thinking, wow, like I've never been stung by a bee before. Like I wouldn't even know if I would have a reaction yet or anything. Yep, lanternfly. Shipwreck found pictures of lanternflies.
Good job.
That's the picture I took in the parking lot of Brazilian Steakhouse.
Nice.
Delicious lanternflies. So I read that article about this guy who died, and it got me thinking like, hey, I wonder if I get stung by a bee, what would happen? And then literally like a week later, I get stung by this bee, and I'm like, fuck, it does really hurt. And like I realized like, Shipwreck, guess how the story ends, Ship. If you've been paying attention to my life, you should be able to guess how the story ends.
You passed out?
Pretty close. You had it in the right direction.
Did you throw up or did you faint?
No. It was basically, it was a race home before
you passed out.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I was driving. It was very bad. Like I should have pulled over earlier because I thought like I could fight it. And I didn't actually pass out, but it wasn't like good driving conditions.
So you've never been stung before?
I'd never, ever been stung by a bee before.
Wow.
I know. But so of course I made the narrative in my head that like, oh, I'm obviously going to like die from this bee sting. And I knew like I was fucked like right away. But because like I knew I was fucked, like I was going to get that panic attack, I was like ready for it. So as soon as I pull in the driveway, I just like put the seat back in the car. Mrs. Chibi was on her phone. She didn't even know what the fuck. Like she had no idea.
She was in the car with you for this?
Yeah. I was telling her, she wasn't even listening. She's fucking reading Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called. And we get in the driveway, and I just put the seat. Like I'm like, I got like, get me a towel, and what did I ask for? Maybe just a towel. I don't know. And then I just put the seat back, power seat back, went back, and I was actually fine in like pretty much like right away, like 10, 15 seconds. I didn't faint or anything, but like got pretty sweaty. And I was fine. Like the bee, there was no stinger or anything in the leg, and it got a little swollen, but it was fine. It was all 100% just made up panic attack. Like the bee sting was fucking, nothing. And by like later that day, like it didn't even really bother me. So the moral of the story is don't have panic attacks if you can prevent them.
I'll do that.
Don't read anything about anything bad that could happen to you. That's the other moral of the story.
Trust me, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do that though, if you like to read things.
Yeah, especially don't do that when it's something that your child might have, because that's like 10 times worse.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna faint if it's I could take care of the situation probably.
Oh, like, I won't sleep for 3 days.
Oh, yeah. I haven't slept for 3 days because of this fucking house tour. That's not true. I had a good night's sleep last night.
That's good.
I was so tired from cleaning the fucking house. All right, let's do some show feedback.
Sure. Who cares about my story?
What was your story?
No, it's not. It's dumb. Don't worry about it.
All right. What is this Kmart thing? Is it better than this Kmart comment?
Well, it was just last week we said there are no Kmarts left on Long Island.
Oh, we got corrected.
And Cronus corrected us saying that there is one in the Hampton Bays and that it's pretty good. But there's no Little Caesars.
That's why people go to the Hamptons, I think.
For Kmart.
Yes, for Kmart. Well, I went, this does dovetail into my little story. A couple of weeks ago, my son and I were running some errands and we went to go check something to see if they had it at Walmart, and we were in there and we rarely go there, but we're there and we check out the toy aisle because that's what you do. And they had Hot Wheels, Star Wars Hot Wheels.
Okay.
And his favorite starship in Star Wars is the Republic gunship. He's a big fan of the original trilogy. It's an age thing you wouldn't understand, Cheapy. I know Shipwreck does. But don't your kids like the original, not the prequels?
Oh, so not the original trilogy.
Sorry.
Not at all. The opposite, the exact opposite of the original trilogy.
Yes, the prequels.
Make sure you're not talking about Star Trek.
Yes. So
the prequel, yeah, I mean the prequels are fine if you grew up and they existed.
Exactly.
Right.
So he really likes the prequels, and he likes this ship called the Republic gunship from the prequels. And they have
That's the one with the guns.
It's a cool ship.
It's a cool ship.
Lots of firepower.
And they make a Hot Wheels of it. It's $13. It's not one of the cheap Hot Wheels. It's one of the more pricey Hot Wheels, but it's fairly large, like yay big, like 2 inches.
So this isn't like the Micro Squadron stuff. This is the Hot Wheels.
This is the Hot
version.
Wheels.
Okay.
Hot Wheels version.
Macro.
And it's supposed to come with a stand that has the logo and it says Republic gunship underneath it, and you could display it proudly on your desk. So he's very excited. I get it for him because I'm a good dad. We get home. He opens the box on the bottom where the stand is supposed to be, and there was no stand.
You told this story already, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
He was very upset that there was no stand because they only got resolution this week.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I wish it was there, but in the Walmart, of course, it's the only one they have. It's not like we can exchange it for another one. I'm like, you could just have the Hot Wheels. You still have the ship. It could be a lot worse. I'm like, here's what I'll do. It was a Saturday. I'm like, I will call Hot Wheels customer service, see if they sell replacement stands, and I will buy one and have them ship it to us. I'm like, it's fine. I don't care if it's $10, whatever it is. So I call them, and a human being answers the phone, and this nice woman listens to that whole story that I just told you, and she goes, "Hold, please." She comes back. She goes, "Well, we don't have any stands in stock anymore. I'm really sorry. We don't even have replacements for the whole thing in stock."
But here's Darth Vader to talk to you.
No, what they did was they mailed me a check for $13.
Oh, wow. So you got a free...
I got this, so I got my thing for free.
So Elliot's still fucked, though, basically, with no stand.
He doesn't... There's no stand. The only place I could find that sells it was Entertainment Earth in a bundle with other starships, and that's $75. And
Shit.
that's not.
Tell him to shove it right up his fucking
And
ass.
that's not happening anytime soon. So
Exactly.
if you see any Hot Wheel Republic gunships, just let me know. I owe my son a replacement.
So why don't you give him the check?
I might just.
Then he can stand it up on the check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the way, this guy who says he's like a weird Kmart fan, I'm going to have to correct this weird Kmart fan. The last 2 remaining Kmarts in America are not just here. There's one in Guam, which is part of America. So that counts. Sorry, Cronus. And I've been to that one. It's true.
I
That's
know.
some trivia.
My son is sneaking his way into the camera frame.
Oh, what, does he have his pants on?
He did.
Does he have that Star Destroyer?
I don't know where his Republic gunship is.
Whatever it is, I already forgot what it was called.
Republic gunship. Come on, get it right.
I'll forget it again.
That's okay.
I don't know what it looks like either.
He just came by and dropped this off.
It's that one.
That.
Yeah.
Oh. You don't need a stand for that. What do you need a stand for?
No, it's cool.
The
It's still
fuck?
cool.
It stands up by itself. All right. Should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Yep.
Let's do it. You watched this fucking Puss in Boots movie too?
I didn't. Is that still on
Is
there
that from last week?
Must be. Do you need me to talk about the Puss in Boots movie again?
No.
Pretty good.
No.
I did watch.
Are these all from last week or no?
No, we haven't talked about. Did we talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem yet?
No, it's on some streaming service now, right?
Yeah, it's on Paramount, and I watched it.
How is it? I haven't watched it yet, but it is on the watch list.
It's cute.
That's what I was afraid of. It looked like trying to be
cute.
too cute. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, the animation style the animation style is cool.
Trying to be
I
too
dig
no,
that.
I mean like the jokes are too cute. Like not really funny jokes, just like, oh, that's a cute reference. That's a cute thing. Like that's what I mean.
This might be for kids.
It is for children.
But it's Seth Rogen. Okay. I don't know. Seth Rogen is like literally in the commercials for it. Is he wrote it. Does he do the voices?
He does a voice, but not of a turtle.
It's weird. Like he's the Instagram ad for it.
I forget which one it is. He's either Bebop or Rocksteady. He wrote and produced it.
I don't know if that sells it though. I mean, I guess. But the ad I saw was just him holding nunchucks. Well, he doesn't. They know Seth Rogen.
No, they know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh. The rest of it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm saying the ad I saw was literally Seth Rogen holding swinging a pair of nunchucks, and he's like, "Come see my movie." Like, no. What else?
I watched the newest Haunted Mansion movie, the one starring Owen Wilson and Lakeith Stanfield, and that is okay. It's okay. I wanted it to be better than it was. It wasn't terrible. You could probably watch it with your kids, Ship. I don't know.
Oh, they've already seen it. They've already seen it. I have not seen this yet. They said they preferred the first Haunted Mansion to this.
Oh, the Eddie Murphy one.
They also liked this one. So
37% Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a little long in the tooth. Not long. That would make it old.
Shitty in the tooth, long. I think is the
phrase. It's shitty in the tooth. It's just too long. It's another one of those. Why is this movie over 2 hours long? It's the Haunted Man. Yeah,
right. I hate it. Every movie.
It does. It has no need to be that long.
You know what's also over 2 hours long? That Spider-Verse movie, the newest one. We watched that this weekend,
and that's only a part one.
That's only part one, and I knew that, but it can't be stated enough how that's only a part one.
It's too long. You're saying it's too long?
No, I'm saying there is just it. You get to 2 hours and 22 minutes or whatever, and then it's just a to be continued pops up on the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that seems.
There's like nothing's wrapped up. Like they're getting ready to go to like a next part in the story arc.
Oh, like Dune, like watching that Dune movie.
It's entertaining. It's like they just made so much movie.
Did you know this week I think came out recently because I only learned about this today, literally today. That ending with the Spider-Gwen.
Hey, whoa! No, some people have not seen the movie yet, like me.
I'm not spoiling it.
And don't worry, there's not an ending.
Yeah.
I mean the intermission.
Yeah.
That was only written 6 weeks before it hit theaters. They
probably
made
because they had even less of an ending.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're like, oh,
people are gonna hate this.
We should at least have something here to like leads us into another movie.
That part, the little cliffhanger that says that leads you in, they didn't think of that until 6 weeks before it hit theaters.
Hey,
it makes sense. It kind of feels like it's not surprising to me that that's the story.
Yeah, that it was tacked on. And the second one they haven't even finished the third one technically yet. It's not even finished. They barely started it.
They made a lot of movie.
They did. They made a lot of movie not knowing where it really was going to go.
I'm fine with that. With this,
I don't know.
I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah. The first one's better just because it has
the first one is significantly better. The first one is significantly
Can I watch this for free yet or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Let me know.
It's still good. It's just not. I mean, the first one is one of the best Marvel movies, period, of the last 10 years. It's hard to say, it's still going to be a letdown no matter what.
Like the visuals are still like, you're never like really bored or anything while you're watching it. It's just like, this really isn't like, are we picking up pace? Are we going anywhere with this? It's just like, oh, and here's another story arc that we kind of get going through. And like, hey, where's the bad guy been for the last hour of this movie? Haven't seen him for a while.
Right. He's got diarrhea. I'll watch it.
I don't know. We got to the end and everybody was like,
oh,
yeah. Like when's the next one coming out?
Yep. Pretty much.
What about on the TV side? Did you watch more Foundation, Wombat, or no?
No, we finished Only Murders in the Building.
We haven't watched that at all since we discovered Foundation.
It's a good season. I recommend it. Now that it's done, you can kind of binge it because the episodes are only like 30 minutes each.
We watched like the first 3 or 4, but once we discovered this show, we stopped.
Yeah.
It was good. It was funny.
Yeah. That show is always good and funny. That show is very good and funny. It's very clever. I recommend when you finish it, watching I even forget what YouTube video I watched, but I'm sure there's 1,000 of them where they're like, here are the clues you may have missed in this season of Only Murders in the Building.
Oh.
And it was kind of fun to be like, oh yeah, they did do that.
Wait, am I supposed to be trying to solve this murder while I watch the show? Because I'm not doing that.
I solved it on episode 7.
Oh.
My wife was not happy with me.
You solved it out loud.
You solved it out loud.
In her fucking face.
I said I actually was good. I said, I know who did it. I won't tell you, but if I'm right, I'm going to tell you I was right. And my wife, she knows I'm not going to lie. And as soon as they announce it, I'm like, I knew it. And she's like, of course you did. And she was just pissed. She was pissed that I said I knew it on episode 7.
Right.
And she was pissed that I got it right at the end.
Yeah, I never think about that stuff. I just watch it.
Oh, that's half the fun. I like
the other show I do,
the
that Murderville show, where that's clearly like the point. I mean, not the point, but like the point is to be funny. But that's you're playing along. They tell you that I follow directions. That's all I'm saying. We did finish Foundation. We finished season 2 of Foundation. It was really good. Like that's sort of the epic space story that I thought that I was hoping Starfield would have. Something like obviously something approaching that. I wouldn't expect that, but yeah, it reminded me of the Roman Empire. That's all. That's when people say, "How can you think of the Roman Empire so much?" When you watch a show like Foundation, like clearly that it's been influenced by that. I don't know. If you want really good quality sci-fi, that's where you got to go. Foundation. I don't know what's better than that. Like I tried watching the new Star Trek. I watched 1 episode. Like it wasn't offensive, but it was. I don't know. It's like too cutesy. They're trying to be like. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it. I don't know. Maybe it gets better, the Star Trek. It's supposed to be good. But anyway, Foundation. You should watch Foundation. Are you going to watch any more of that, Wombat, or are you out?
I'm not out. I just haven't had time to watch, like, binge TV.
You only need, 3 more episodes, right, to get to the end of the season?
End of the first season.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I won't. I'm just, it's all in due time.
It gets pretty wild, I got to say. Like, it's very much like fantasy sci-fi, like Game of Thrones times sci-fi.
Yeah, which I'm not a huge fan of, so we'll see.
What else? What is I don't know. There's too many letters here.
What? Who's watching Gen V? Is Ship watching that?
No,
Ship
I am. What?
Oh.
What's OMITV?
Our Only Murders in the Building.
Oh.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
That's not exciting mystery anymore.
No.
Yeah, we watched the first 3 episodes of Gen V, me and Mrs. Chibi. That is the boys, but in college, basically. They have a school for superheroes, and it's the same setup with Vought and all the same characters that you like from the boys, but now it's college. So what's not to like, really? I mean, that's pretty much a home run.
I watched the first 2 seasons of The Boys. I never watched the 3rd season.
Okay.
I just hit a point in my own life where I felt it was just too mean-spirited and gross. Is Gen V also mean-spirited and gross?
What do you mean by mean-spirited? It's gross. Yes, it is gross. It is over the top gross.
Everybody's an asshole. Even the good guys are kind of assholes.
Well, that's the point of the show. The whole point of the show is that the heroes are, I mean, not all of them, but some of the heroes are assholes, like you would expect. I mean,
it's not like I would expect. I think the people on The Boys are more mean-spirited and
no. That's I'm saying like
sociopathic than most people I've ever met are.
I'm saying if the world had a lot of superheroes in it, and there's all these super powerful people, you would expect them to be assholes, some of them, because there are assholes everywhere and they don't even have superpowers. They're just fucking like that Bagel Boss guy. He's like not even 5 feet tall.
I understand that, but I don't want to watch that.
See, that's why, yeah, it's interesting. That's why I like it. It's different.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yes,
like,
to answer your question, it's over the top gross for sure. Even to the point where the grossness doesn't make any sense. Like there's one part of the show where there's like somebody gets melted to death and there's still like blood everywhere, and I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like this wouldn't the blood melt also? Anyway, it's good. It's entertaining. There's sex in it and violence. There you go. That's my review of Gen V.
I'll stick with Loki.
There's probably neither in that.
No, there's none of that. It's actually a fairly slow show where it's,
Slow-key.
you know, it's low key. It's a lot of talking.
Slow key.
It's like, it's a show for Marvel nerds that really want to get into like nitty gritty Marvel nerd stuff. I am shocked at how popular that show is because it's one of the most watched shows on, I think is the most watched Marvel show. And that's so surprising to me because I find that
out of all the Marvel shows they made, that's the most popular
on Disney Plus. The list came out today.
It's a popular character with popular actors.
Yeah.
Loki?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Loki's popular?
Loki's crazy popular.
What? Let's see what ChatGPT
He was
says
like
about
one of the
that.
main characters in the
He's more
Avengers
more
movies.
popular than Iron Man.
What?
That's not hard to do.
That's not true.
People love Loki. But anyway, the
I
show is
understand why-
still really good.
Yeah,
But
I haven't watched the second season yet. But yeah, my whole family likes the Loki shows.
Mhm. Yep. A lot of time traveling and
Yeah,
timelines.
The style is nice. Like, I don't know, it's a good show.
Owen Wilson is engaging and
He's in there, Owen Wilson, and it up.
Yep.
How did he do in Haunted Mansion? Was he Owen Wilson in that?
He was Owen Wilson, and then he goes, "Wow,
Wow, look at that ghost. Wow.
wow, look at the ghost."
Good.
Hey guys, that's a terrible Owen Wilson.
It was. It was
Yeah.
bad.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
It was good in my head, but it just didn't quite work.
I'm
But yeah,
asking
Loki.
ChatGPT to rate Loki's popularity on a scale of 1 to 100 for comic book characters.
Okay.
What do you think it's going to say?
32.
That's not very popular.
I'm gonna go with 73.
Probably can't do it. I don't know. It did say Loki's been enjoying a surge of popularity recently,
Mhm.
based on his movies and TV shows and his new solo comic book series,
Mhm.
Loki, Agent of Asgard.
Familiar
Oh
with it?
wow, he rates it a 90 out of 100 for comic book characters.
There you go. There's a lot of comic book characters.
Oh, I see. So the high. Okay, never mind.
What do you think?
High
What would
is,
you think?
high is good.
High is. I thought high was bad. That's why I was like, wait.
Oh, no, high is never
Got
bad. Wombat, come on now.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. What else we got? Shopping news?
Shopping news. Did you see they announced the Animal Crossing Lego sets?
No, I did not see that.
I looked at these. I am not overly impressed by them.
Yeah, I know. You could get a little Nook's cabin, whatever it is, Nook, and a house, and that'll run you 75 bones. Or you could get just a house, and that'll run you like 50 bones.
They just look. They look a little bit light on the details.
They do look light on the details. They've been doing that lately with some of these sets where it's like half a house, and I'm not a huge fan of the half a house.
I mean, I like the minifig characters of these are cute.
Yes, I think that's sort of the hook.
Like I'd want a cabin. Like a
Well,
cabin's pretty good.
that's one of the cheaper sets, so at least you'd be in luck there.
Right. I think I could get away with just having a cabin,
I think you could too.
but I don't know. I'm sure they'll do okay.
I'm sure they'll do just fine.
Captain.
Yep. Captain, the
Captain.
frog.
He's a turtle.
He's a turtle. Whatever.
I was just gonna say I don't know who he is, but Wombat doesn't either. So perfect.
He's the guy that's in the boat that takes you across to the island, and he sings the little songs. Not the dog. Don't get confused with the dog that sings the songs. KK Slider.
Should we do new releases?
I
Either
really
that or
thought he.
keep on naming
I
Animal Crossing
really
characters.
thought he was a frog. Sure, he's not a frog. He's a turtle. I know the mayor is a turtle.
I think Captain's a turtle, isn't he?
Now I have to look it up.
Oh,
That's
man.
ChatGPT.
He's a green
There you go.
turtle.
Is he really?
I mean, you could have been right. He could have been a frog with a shell, but that would have
Is
been
it-
kind of strange.
Just carrying shit, just to throw you off. He wants to be a
Right.
turtle. He's a frog that wants to be a turtle. Maybe.
I mean, he's still like I'm literally looking at him now, and he still looks like a frog to me. So I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, I
Well,
always
I'm
thought,
not, so don't.
Right.
You shouldn't say I'm.
All right. Should we do new releases? Are we doing new releases?
We're doing new releases. Let's bang on some balls.
Yeah. Thank God that. What is that?
Bang on balls. It actually looks good.
What? What is it?
It is a like 3D platformer. Like
And you bang
lots
ball?
of collecting to do. You're like all the characters look like, I don't know, ball shaped. Right?
Oh, you're looking at Bang on Balls.
Yeah, bang on balls. Like it looks pretty fun, like especially for kids.
I see.
There's a lot of
I've seen this before.
okay, yeah, like I don't know. It's got a lot of different types of characters.
So you're playing this game?
No, I'm not. I want to.
It's a new release.
It's a new release.
I know it's a
got-
new release. It doesn't mean he hasn't been playing it.
It's
no,
been
no,
out
I-
on Steam for a while.
It's been
though.
out for a while, but it looks pretty good, and it's got local co-op as well.
Right.
Cheapy,
So-
did you get NHL 24?
No. You think it's good? I think let me guess. It's a very, very, very similar to NHL 23.
I would know.
They don't really seem to. It has a 75 Metacritic, which is probably what the last one had. They don't really make big changes to that game. It's not a big earner, unfortunately. Even with their Ultimate Team shit. What else?
There is a game that Chip and I have both been playing
Mhm.
that is on this list.
Cake Master Story.
It is not. Can you guess what it is? It might be it's the big release on this list.
Assassin's Creed.
No, we are not playing Assassin's
Oh,
Creed.
wouldn't that be the big release?
Yes, that was the joke.
Oh, bang on balls.
It's not Bang on Balls. We've both been playing
Wild card
The-
football.
that. Yes, that is the game. Wild Card Football
Yay.
with the official players' licenses, but no teams.
So it's like a card
Wild Card
game.
Football. It is no
kind of. It's NFL Blitz. Like this is made by the same people who did NBA Playgrounds.
Okay,
Remember
that's
NBA
good.
Playgrounds?
Yes, that was a good
So-
game.
So imagine that, but it's
They were
like
supposed to
NFL
put you in that game, and they never did.
in the second one. I know.
Fuck.
I-
They should put you in this game. What is
Didn't
it called?
Wild Card Football.
Wild Card Football.
That doesn't even make sense anymore.
So you
No.
get your team, and you can make your your uniform. There's lots of uniform things to unlock, and you do very similar to Madden Ultimate Team, where you get your team at random if you want to play the wild card mode, and you also get cards that you could play in between plays to kind of shake things up. Like maybe your players are going to be 50% faster on this next play. You can play your
That's a lot.
50% faster card.
Right.
And then they are. And the defense could be, we're 50% stronger on this play. So we're going to knock your guy down no matter how fast he is.
Got it. That's cool.
It's not bad. It has some good ideas. I like the graphic style on it.
Is it microtransactioned up the ass? Because
it's how many?
Yeah.
We've already mentioned two different currencies of cards that you're playing
but
with.
this is a $40 game. Like, why? What's happening here?
It's a lot of
Like,
microtransactions.
you buy cards? Or are you
and-
buying cards though?
You can.
You can. I think
Yeah.
you could buy like boxes.
Packs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Card
but you can
packs.
earn packs too. Like it's the same. It's essentially the same currency system. I think NBA Playgrounds had. I know, like you can earn cards. It just takes a while to earn packs, and then like you're gonna get like the average pack to open, right? Where
Yeah, and all the cards I have, like all the players I have, kind of suck. Which the problem with that
I've got a
is-
legendary Juju Mr. Smooshoos,
Nice.
whatever that guy's name is.
I have was it
Choo-choo.
Tyree Kill?
Smith Schuster. his name?
Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, I have a Tyreek Hill that he's good. If I pass the ball to him, he catches it pretty much every time. He's the only good player I have. Everyone else is like a 50 and he's like a 70. It's very strange. Also, even like the ladder. There's no mini games. I kind of like the mini games in Madden to kind of build up your team to get stuff that way. It's always the same thing. It's like play a game. All right, I played a game. What's next on the ladder? Play a game.
Well, yeah, Madden makes a lot of money.
Yeah,
I understand that, but the game could benefit from some mini games to kind of to keep the momentum going, the loop, to get you to unlock more stuff, to get you to play more,
I love mini
to build
games.
up a team. So then when you send your team out to play, they're a little bit better than your default team.
You know what sport game did that really well back in the day?
Blitz.
Sega Tennis.
Okay.
Oh, that is a good pull right there.
Perfect. Like perfect, just like RPG sports game. Like bring that back. You could bring that back. I don't know. Hockey.
But there's something to be said. There's something to be said about that loop, though. Again,
of course.
Because I played a little bit more Madden this week, and I can tell you, there's something fun about going in, doing like 6 challenges, getting 3 packs, opening them up, upgrading your team, and then playing a game with your now upgraded team. This game doesn't have that. It doesn't have that sort of cycle.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll add some more activity, but the game, like, I have fun playing it. I'm still not totally sold on the wild card aspect of it. Like, not the player cards, right? Like, because that's how you build your team, is you open up the packs. And
the wild cards.
But the wild cards are those things you're talking about, where it's like everybody's super fast, or you force the other team to like have a pass play, or selecting those like in between every play, in addition to selecting plays. It's a lot of selecting. It feels like a lot of selecting in between plays that are like you play, and like, I mean, you may be only playing for like a few seconds, right, for each play, unless you like have a big hitter. So I find myself on the wild card selection. I either don't select one, or I just like, okay, that one's fine, and move along.
Too many cards.
There's I don't know. There's a little like, do I need to think that much when I'm playing something that's like a NFL Blitz type? Like, I'm already thinking about selecting which play I want to run, and like trying to figure out that portion of it.
I don't know if I can forgive these guys for not putting you in that basketball game. I really wanted you to play against Hip Hop Gamer. I felt like we were so close, and just like
we were close.
I know, it was so close, and the rug was just like yanked out from under us, and it's like dreams shattered. Like, I don't know, it still hurts.
I've never recovered since then. But
I feel if they put Shipwreck in this game, I could maybe get over it. Put Shipwreck in the football game.
I don't know.
Have you started Forza yet?
Is that out?
Yeah, that's out. I'm taking that as a no from you.
Man, I gotta say, like, hard to get excited about. I mean, I'm sure it's got great reviews, but I'm also sure it's a lot like the last one. I mean, I would guess. I don't know. Just like Assassin's Creed. Like, I saw an Instagram ad for Assassin's Creed, and I swear, like, I thought like they were the part of the ad I was watching were like, here, we're showing you the old Assassin's Creed game. So, and then we're going to reveal the new one. But no, they were just showing gameplay from the new Assassin's Creed game.
The new Assassin's Creed game is very much like an old Assassin's Creed game, which, if that's not what you want, this isn't the Assassin's Creed for you.
I mean, visually, like, it doesn't look that different. Like the Assassin's Creed game from like 8 years ago. Like, I saw some YouTube video where they put them like right next to each other, and I was like, man, it could have been some trick on PC. They turned the settings down. I didn't really look, but I don't know. I wasn't like, I don't know. Is anyone really super excited about Assassin's Creed these days? I mean, yes, they must be, but are any of you two guys?
Wombat's joined. I bowed out of Assassin's Creed.
I'm a big fan of. I liked Assassin's Creed Valhalla a lot. I know a lot of people were like, "It's too much game. It's too big." I'm like, "How is that how is that bad?" But and this is a more bare, stripped down, kind of simpler Assassin's Creed game, which might still be a lot of fun. I don't know if I need it right away. I'm sure at some point it'll be fairly inexpensive, and maybe I'll give it a shot. But for now, I also have plenty of video games to play.
Right.
Plenty.
Interesting. They're only charging $60 for that, huh? They didn't want to enter the supreme pricing tier.
I guess not.
Tier 1, no. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're really going to need to change the setting of that game to get me interested again. Like,
I think they should do Assassin's Creed in space.
Anything, literally anything that's not.
I think they need
Middle
to stop
East.
going with historical accuracy, and I think they should lean more towards
Anything.
sci-fi and fantasy.
Sure.
I think that could actually be a lot of fun. Think of a game like Odyssey, but which also actually did lean eventually towards myth and fantasy, but really instead of leaning into it, just kind of goes into it where, maybe there are dragons.
It's not silly though, or it's not really
silly.
fantastical out of its story. I mean, that you would expect that stuff in the story. It seems to make sense. But you're saying they need to make something that's totally like why not like a steampunk ancient Japan setting?
That would be weird, but
crazy.
sure.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like, is the Middle East that hot right now? People,
I wouldn't want to be there.
Pun intended. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I can't get too excited about Assassin's Creed. Sorry. Anything else in the new releases?
Nope.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Wombat's Fortnightly News and what we're playing.
So I know last week we talked about the price hikes in Fortnite. Since then, they laid off close to 900 people at Epic.
Dude, these lawsuits ain't cheap, they're suing Apple. Like, how much is that going to cost?
I mean, that's definitely part of it. It's also the heavy investment into creative mode, which did bring in players, but there was a large pay. I think we talked about this last time, that they had to pay the creators a large amount of money for the creative mode stuff. And I don't think, and they stopped focusing on Battle Royale. They did release a statement saying that they're still committed to focusing on creative mode, but Battle Royale is still where the money is to be made.
Ding, 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 ding. Halo, listen.
We're playing a lot of Halo.
No, you're
playing a lot of Halo Infinite this week.
You're
actually.
so wrong about
You
it
are?
because the ship has sailed. It's too late for Halo Battle Royale.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they could have
At some
done
point, it won't be though.
Yeah, but
And it wasn't too late when the game came out. I mean, look, they could get, if they come out with a good Halo Battle Royale, which doesn't seem like impossible or like any more difficult than making any other Battle Royale game, except you already have
it still would need to
Halo.
find it would still need to find an audience that
the Halo
just-
people. And also like the people who are Halo people but didn't like what they did with this new Halo game.
I don't know.
Which is not much.
I'm not saying it would fail. I'm just saying I don't know if it would do as well as you think.
I mean, it got to make money though. How could it
So,
not make
I mean,
money?
in a way that you're, bringing this back to Fortnite, that sort of dovetails into what you're saying. What Fortnite announced by having the leakers announce it is that the next season is going. They're bringing back the Chapter 1 map from 5 years ago. The original Fortnite map is coming back to the game.
Is that good?
They're going to do a month. It is good because there's a lot of people that can play the maps.
It's because they fired everybody. They don't have anybody.
They would have to rebuild it from scratch. That engine doesn't. They don't use that engine anymore, so they have to rebuild it, the whole thing from scratch.
Yeah.
It's not so much a lazy thing, as much as it is to get people to be like, oh, they're finally. It's like a remaster.
Sure. And the people who maybe don't play anymore are like, oh, this is the map that I was good at, so maybe I come back.
Oh, my favorite locations are on that map. I can't wait to go back and play it. So now people are like super excited to play Fortnite in 2 weeks when it comes 3 weeks when it comes out. So, it's similar to what you're saying with Halo. They need to do something that gets those original people excited to come back. I don't know if that's Battle Royale, but we could spend an hour talking about what Halo needs to do, and I don't think anyone. No. Yeah, they are also bringing Jack Skellington is coming to Fortnite in the
Halo
next
needs
week
to
or
do
so.
That would work
And
well.
they're also bringing Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise to the game, not the comedian from Austin Powers.
He's
And
already in there, right?
he's already that would be, I'm surprised Austin Powers isn't there already. And of course, everybody's favorite character, Alan Wake, is also coming to Fortnite.
Which version of Alan Wake is it? I'm guessing it's Alan Wake 2?
It's Alan Wake 2. It's the new one, yeah, with the beard and like he was wearing like a college professor suit, like with patches on the elbows.
Well, that's old Alan Wake as well.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, he's got the patches.
Yeah. And he's got a beard and and it's Alan Wake apparently. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's Alan Wake. I honestly didn't know.
Oh,
but
that game doesn't suck.
Oh, it's not going to.
It's going to be good.
Well, they're doing the tie-in.
Made bad games.
That Control game though, when that Control game came out, it did suck on Xbox. I gotta say, like it was like it was really glitchy, and when it launched, it was a downer.
I never played Control. I do know that they are going to have a Alan Wake like zone in the creative section of Fortnite to get people hyped up for the game. So they're trying different things to get people. I know you guys really like that game, so I figured this is like something that could, bridge that.
This is going to get me to just run over to Fortnite now.
No, right. I'm not saying
get my
that.
Alan Wake experience.
They got my RoboCop money. That's it.
I'm saying that you would appreciate the attempt to get people into your and to like things that you like, to make sure that Alan Wake is a success.
I don't know that I care if people like things that I
don't know.
I appreciate the fact that the people who make Alan Wake think that getting their character into Fortnite is going to help sell games like that. I find interesting.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much that costs. Like, what does that cost to get?
I don't know. I feel like, they have to pay, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like, it's an ad for the game. I mean,
it's an ad for the game. It depends because I'm pretty sure Fortnite pays Marvel for the Marvel license.
I'm pretty sure they're paying Disney for Jack Skellington.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to pay Disney for Jack Skellington, but it's weird how that's sort of this two-way street where, yes,
great.
It's like, I'm sure Remedy came to them and said, we want how much to put Alan Wake in the game. And they were like, how much should we pay to get Jack Skellington in the game? They're like, that much.
You know what the best part of it? The best part of that is the customer has no idea like which is the paid sponsorship, which is the licensed product that they're just selling for money and, getting a cut of that. Like to the customer, it's all just money that they have to, spend.
And for every person that's going to buy a Jack Skellington and every person that's going to buy an Alan Wake, there's going to be a third person that only wants to buy the skins that are the Fortnite originals, like the zombie fish stick that's coming out this month also. So it's very interesting how they pull all this, that they're able to pull this off in a way that somehow they still lost money on.
You still need to fire 1,000 people though.
Yeah, it's still fascinating if they actually had to, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, they're getting ready to sue somebody else probably.
Yeah,
save money.
Mm-hmm.
John Riccitello, is that how you say his name?
I thought it was Riccitello.
Riccitello sounds cool. It's like the Ricker.
But I could be wrong.
He resigned, I guess. Because after this whole pricing debacle over the Unity engine,
I thought he was.
Did he get forced out? I didn't really read anything.
I'm assuming forced out.
Right. What's the difference? He's gone.
Yeah.
Fuck it. He's gone.
How did? He's the same guy that was in charge of EA when they were like, we should. He's the one who had the statement of we should charge people for bullets in Battlefield games.
Yep.
Yeah. When EA became the most hated company in America, remember that when that list came out?
It's amazing that these guys, they just still get jobs after. Like people still hire and pay them obscene amounts of money to just.
EA still has not recovered from his reign, and EA's become much better since he left. But it's never gonna. Yeah, it's crazy.
Microsoft, don't hire him. I know things aren't going well right now, and you might think you need to do something drastic. Do something else. Anything. Hire us. We can do. We're much cheaper. And I've already told you I've already given you so many free ideas. You haven't used most of them. That's okay. If you pay us, we'll give you better ideas. You can pay us in video games.
No, I would like the money.
Gold video games.
There you go.
Sony announced their new redesigned PlayStation 5 console, which looks a lot like the current PlayStation 5 console, but it's smaller. I guess 30% smaller.
Were there any pictures of this like side by side with the current one? Like I looked around and like I didn't like dig deeply, but I was like, oh, just scroll around and certainly somebody has one of these sitting next to the current one.
I haven't seen any, but apparently it's 30% less volume. New PS5 versus PS5. Let's see. Nope. They're all like mock-ups and shit. Anyway, it doesn't. I was hoping that they would have a sort of more drastic change to the design, but they've sort of just leaned into it more. I don't know. What would you call that? I mean, it's smaller, so there's that. Everybody can appreciate that, but kind of looks the same.
And it's got that weird, like, I guess, consumer friendly aspect of you can add a disk drive at a later date.
But the unfriendly consumer aspect of raising the price of the digital edition $50. Yeah. That's unfriendly.
Because they have to put that hardware in there, I guess, or some, I don't know. Or they just want to charge more? Because they can.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Don't you can charge more because they can.
That was they're
stick with the one I have.
It's a good call. Good call. Just keep not using that one.
I have one. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to stick with my PlayStation 5.
Are you guys at least fired up for the Spider-Man game?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ready to play that.
Okay.
I did not pre-order it. I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Yeah, what do you need to pre-order it for? What are you going to get?
I don't know. There's like pre-order bonus stuff, but
fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
There's going to be plenty of stuff in the game anyways.
Yeah. I've been watching videos of that. It does look really good.
It looks fantastic.
Expanded New York City looks so good.
But if I could get it for like, $39 as opposed to
you're not getting that.
You're not getting.
I mean, you will eventually, but not in the near future.
Like I said, we'll see where I am closer when Black Friday.
You'll be in 2025 is where you'll be. That's where you'll be.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's talk about the RoboCop demo.
Oh yeah, you go for it.
Where's my song? I don't have any song on this fucking thing. Wait, I have his. Oh, here he comes. It's RoboCop. So they came out with a Steam demo of RoboCop Rogue City. I don't know when this stops. It probably just keeps going forever. Probably stops.
The whole movie.
No, only 2 seconds left. I played it. First of all, that demo is very sizable. It's like you could play that demo for hours. It's big. Is it fun though? Like, here's the question: is it that much fun to be RoboCop and shoot people in the game? And the answer is no. It is not much fun to be RoboCop and shoot people in the game. It's a very much a rudimentary first-person shooter. That aspect of the game, like, it just does not measure up with any of the first-person shooters that we're playing. Even like Starfield, it makes Starfield seem confident.
I didn't know it was a first-person shooter. When you're playing in first person,
yes.
Does it have like a cool aim mode with laser sights and?
It's so when you aim down the sights, it does the targeting thing like the movie, but it doesn't actually do anything. It just makes the effect. You still wind up aiming. I mean, I think you level up RoboCop and maybe it like increases your auto aim targeting.
Would you appreciate the game more if it was third person and you actually saw RoboCop?
So here's the thing. They've made it sort of an action RPG. So there's a lot of third person RoboCop, like dialogue, talking to people. There was a point where like after I did this mission, you go back to the police station sort of to get debriefed. They plug you into the machine, you sit in the chair, they give you the score for your mission. And then like there's all these like side missions in the precinct. I walk by the desk, the guy's like, "Hey Robo, can you help me at the front desk? Because all these people have to file complaints. All these citizens want to file complaints and the line is too long. Can you just take some of these complaints?" And now the citizens are lining up and they're like, "Yeah, my neighbor is complaining about my dog or something." And like, what should I do? And you have to like decide what to do. That part was pretty funny, actually. But the dialogue, like, you can tell like this game was written in Europe. Like, it's just the dialogue is does not seem like they had like it was written by someone who speaks American English as a native language. It's just off a little, you know what I mean? And that pulls you out of the fact like the experience of like watching or like participating in a RoboCop movie. And so I mean they got Peter Weller's voice, but he's like not super into it. Like he's sort of like sleeping through it. It's still him, like clearly.
I'll get you.
It's kind of like it's not too far off. Like the gun sound effect is off. It's not like I have this like right on my soundboard here. So easy for me to compare to the video game. It does not sound the same. And surely
For
like
those who are wondering, the video game sound is
no, it's close. It's just not the same. There's a lot of little things. Like clearly, this game is supposed to be made, or your enjoyment of the game is going to be 100% rely on the fact of how much you love RoboCop, because the gameplay is rudimentary. It's basically fan service, which is good. Like the fan service part is good for the most part, except sort of like the writing. I don't know. Maybe the writing gets better. Shanafan bought it for me for my birthday, so I'm getting it for Xbox. So I'll definitely be playing more of it. I wish the combat was more fun. I wish RoboCop would like say one-liners while he's killing people, like he's peace officer while he's like blowing holes through the fucking guys, like in the movie. Doesn't even say drop it or anything when he's shooting people. I mean, maybe that's in the game more. It's a lot of polish more polish would help. I should write up a little document and send it to the developers. Things that could help.
They did probably appreciate that.
What?
Your help.
My comments.
Yeah. Can I play as RoboCop 2014?
No, I hope not. I don't think they have the balls to add that. I mean, they did a great job with the like. He fucking looks great. Like the modeling looks great. Like the environment looks great on PC. Like it's just like the first person action is. He's slow. Like it's not that interesting to walk around.
You're gonna play all the way through this game, aren't you?
I know, dude.
I don't know why you're complaining about it. You're gonna play all the way through.
I stopped playing the demo because I knew that I probably would.
I'm gonna have to play this again because I'm gonna play this all the way through.
I know. Shadowfan bought it for me. What am I gonna do? Not play it?
You were gonna play it all the way through anyways.
I know.
I played a game all the way through. Merge and Blade. It's on Game Pass.
What's that about?
It is a Puyo Puyo Dr. Mario style matching game, but you are dropping in different like medieval style warriors, and like you start out and you drop in like farmers and blacksmiths, but if you get enough, if you like match 3 farmers, they turn into a blacksmith. If you match 3 blacksmiths, they turn into a knight. And then so you're playing this, you have so many turns of that you're matching up, and then after you're out of turns of that, your little army that you've created goes off in auto battles against monsters on the next screen. They shift over to the next screen. They do a bunch of auto battling against monsters and creatures and wizards and skeletons and stuff. Then that round ends and it comes back over to the puzzle round. You do some more dropping around. You build up your army, rinse and repeat that whole cycle, right? So, but at the same time, it's got like roguelike elements to where you're leveling up these people or the number of turns you have, or what else you can have how many times you can see like what am I getting ready to battle against, right? Like you level up and you can like use points for that. It's pretty fun. Like I sat down and was like, oh, check this out, and I played all the way through the story mode.
Oh wow.
It's interesting. Like my kids liked playing it too. So I could hand off the controller and go like, I don't know, do the matching stuff for a while, and I'll take care of the upgrades in the battling. Like and during the battling thing too, you can also move your people around to make matches. Like when you go back over to the puzzle, and so like if you have a wizard, like you don't want him on the front lines, right? So you're like, as you're auto battling, you're like going like, nope, I need to switch him over and match him up in the back, but you only have so many moves during the auto battle too. So
this is on Game Pass?
It's on Game Pass, yeah. Merge and Blade.
It's like an 8-bit style.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Yeah, it's good. 16-bit. I would say 16 bit.
I'm
18,
sorry, 60. Sorry, I don't mean to insult you.
maybe even 32. But
Yeah, you know what's not like that? Has much better graphics is Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, are you playing the Switch version?
Yeah, exactly. I've been playing so much Mortal Kombat 1 to the point where my wife walks into the room, goes, ugh, and walks away. That's how much Mortal Kombat 1 I'm playing.
Is that different than our normal reaction?
Yeah, it is. Usually it's like, ugh, you. This is just, ugh, and walks away.
Normally she says, what smells in here?
Mhm.
Now she just...
But I finished the story in Mortal Kombat. The end is actually pretty cool of the story. The end fight is like they make it
They fight
unique
at the
and different.
They fight at the end?
You fight
Okay.
another person, yeah. And I've still been doing too many of the invasions. There's a weird bug in the game where, because I've had this game now for 3 weeks.
Lantern fly.
Exactly. And you do your weekly quests, and after you finish the weekly quest, you get, you're supposed to unlock a new skin, but it's been the same skin now for 3 weeks in a row. And that's been a little bit annoying. So I think they just fixed it. But of course, I had finished all the weekly quests because you just kind of do them by default by just playing the game. So I didn't get the fixed new skin. I still got the same skin again for the third time, which kind of bummed me out.
They'll make it right, I bet.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not like crying about it. I'm still playing the dumb
Joining
game.
the class action.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a lot of fun. That game is pretty cool. It's Mortal Kombat-y fun. If you like Mortal Kombat.
I do like Mortal Kombat. I just have not had a chance to play this yet.
I like it a lot more than Mortal Kombat 11, and which I've already said, but I like Mortal Kombat 11 a lot. This one I think is the superior game. Which I think is like a controversial statement based on what I've seen online, but
yeah, because RoboCop's not in this one.
RoboCop is not in that one. But,
meanwhile, his voice was much better for Mortal Kombat than it was in the actual RoboCop game. I feel like he was more active then. Yeah. I don't know. All right.
I would say, if anything, the default roster for this might be a little thin. It probably could have used like 4 or 5 more.
RoboCops.
RoboCops. I've also been playing more Cyberpunk 2077.
Me too.
But have you been playing any of the Phantom Liberty expansion?
No.
I have.
You bought that?
No, they sent it to me because I'm awesome.
Wow.
Yep. So I've been playing some of those new missions as well. I like that they just fold right into the game. So when I started, once I installed it and was able to start doing those missions, I just was like, oh, I'll do some of those too.
Are the missions better than the regular missions that I don't have to pay for?
I mean, right now, probably not if you're enjoying what you haven't done and already paid for. I will say, I feel like the first-person shooter aspect of this game has...
It's going to be a game that I don't know if I'm enjoying while I'm playing.
It's like I think I am. I think like Wombat. Right. I think Wombat was about to say that the first-person shooter aspect of the game is actually pretty good, right? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, like I'm assuming it's improved from the last time I played. I remember thinking last time it was fine-ish, but now it's good. So
right.
Yeah, it's gone from fine to good. So I think I think that might be where the bulk of improvements that I've noticed are. Graphically, it's very impressive as a game. The driving does still suck. I will say that.
I don't mind the driving that much. I know, but you say the thing about the line, but some of the cars are pretty like,
janky.
Janky. They're just like driving a boat. Like,
yeah. It feels like you're driving just like a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but some of I don't know. I haven't driven that many cars actually, but it's I respect my character, since they let you do that now, and I have like sword that I can block the bullets with. Pretty cool, and I'm dashing and things. I'm trying to get the air dash. That's what I'm going. I'm going that route.
I think the game needs a third-person mode, but that I know isn't going to come. But
I went to a sex store.
It'd be nice to be able, like when I'm walking around in the streets and talking to people, I think a third-person mode would be cool for that.
Yep.
And then when you get into the fighting, then you're going to go and switch it into first person.
Did you hire a prostitute yet? Because I got laid.
I did not. No.
I got laid and I saw some titties.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
I did not do that. I'm sorry.
Very adult, that game.
I know. I shot a lot of people.
That part is adult too.
they're like, oh, go to the club and talk to the guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to him.
Right. This game is a lot more fun in that if you try to even if like you make a mistake in Starfield and you shoot the wrong person in the wrong place, like it can ruin the game. Like it can end, like it could be game over for you basically, which happened to me. I mean, it wasn't really game over, but technically it wasn't, but I chose it to be game over. This game doesn't make those mistakes. It seems like, I mean, of course they've had a long time to fix the mistakes since the game come out, but they've done a good job with that. Like it seems like they're really focused on the player being player friendly. Like, hey, you can respect all your respect your character for no penalty. Like, just have fun. Like,
yeah, it's like you're not gonna know how you want to play this game when your first 10 levels. You're not gonna know how you want to play this game.
right.
But maybe by level 15, you can be like, oh man, I really wish I was more of a this than a that.
Yeah.
Now you can be more of a this than a that without having to overthink it, which I do appreciate also. I think a lot of games should take that lesson because there's so many RPGs where you're like, I'm going to be a mage and it's going to be awesome. And then you're like 15 levels in and you're like,
right.
This sucks.
Right.
I should have been a barbarian.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe Starfield will be this good in like 4 years. That'll fix everything. All right, that's enough show. We don't need to do these CAGbag questions. They're kind of lame.
All right.
Unless any of you guys are going to the Taylor Swift concert or movie concert.
I am not going to the Taylor Swift movie concert.
I know it's on my calendar, but I don't know if I'm.
Why?
Well, I know some people in my household are going to it. I don't know if I'm one of those people or not.
Okay. Maybe. The answer is maybe to your question 2-5.
I would be fine to go see it.
Okay. That's it. We've done so much show. We'll report back next week.
Red's done.
Yes.